I'm really impressed.
Big.
I'm not gonna buy one, but I'll totally drive this anytime you want me. What's going on, guys? It's Hudson B back with yet another video today. Today we're doing something cool. My good buddy Caleb, right here, you know this guy. You've seen him on my channel once or twice. He's got a sick detailing channel, so if you guys want to go check that out, it'll be linked in the description below. But he has upgraded his Mk7 Golf R, correct?
Yes.
Okay, it's a Mk7 Golf R, which means it's all-wheel drive. These are 4-cylinder turbo engines, correct?
Yep.
Okay, I'm not a Volkswagen guy, so if I'm talking out of my, if I put my foot in my mouth, it is what it is. I don't like Volkswagens. They're not really my thing. I've worked on them, and it's made me hate them. But I know that they make quality cars, and I say that in quotations, quality cars. I've had nothing but bad experiences with BMWs, Volkswagens, anything European just isn't my style, but it's something that Caleb loves, and he said he's got a tune and some other things going on and wants me to experience it firsthand, see if he can sway my opinion on the Euro cars, which I appreciate them from afar, but I don't think I can ever pull the trigger on owning one myself, unless it's like a twin turbo R8. And then English is hard sometimes. Or like Lamborghini, something like that. Then I can go European. You know, those Italians know what they're doing, but the Germans, I don't know. Nah. Caleb, you want to tell us exactly what's going on in this car now?
Not too much. It's a 2-liter turbo Golf R all-wheel drive. I went ahead and did an integrated engineering stage 1 tune. And for those who know integrated engineering, their stage 1 tune can get upwards of like a 75 horsepower gain if you have things such as an intercooler, downpipe, all the other little bits and pieces. I don't really have much of that, just some gap plugs. I have different coils. That's pretty much it. There's really not much of this car other than an intake, and it's really shocking with how much a stage 1 can bring one of these things to life, and I really want Hudson to see it because it's pretty juicy.
I've driven this car stock quite a few times. I've ridden with Caleb quite a few times. I've ripped it around a little bit. He's definitely ripped it with me in the car. And honestly, for what it is, a stock car, I'm very impressed. I really am. For the price, like the miles per gallon, realistically, it's good.
It's a good driver's car.
It really is. It drives incredible. We've taken this thing back and forth to Bradenton quite a few times on back roads and stuff like that for a street car takeover, GTR World Cup. You know, we've driven this car, and I have no bad words to say about it. When you need to get, you can get, and when you need to stop, you can stop for sure.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm very impressed with it. The interior is great, exterior is great. Now, you know, he's a detailer. The exterior of this car is absolutely mint, like other than like minor rock chips and stuff like that, because it is a daily driver. But we're actually headed to Mexico now. We're gonna go out on some Mexican roads. You know, we do everything legal here. I've driven it stock. I know there's a couple new things going on, which he told you about, and he really is just genuinely interested to see my reaction in this car. So he's gonna drive it. We're gonna do a couple pulls. I'm gonna drive it, do a couple pulls, and Caleb wants to hop out and do some drive-bys, you know, so he can actually hear what his car sounds like, because there's not very many people that he trusts to drive his car. But yeah, we're actually just now passing through like Dallas, so we're almost to Mexico. Once we get into Mexico, I'll get back with you guys, and we will start this rip. All right, we're just gonna do a first gear roll. All right, okay.
It's not bad.
Okay. That's much faster than what I experienced before. Yeah, so far I'm impressed. That's a better pull than I've experienced in this car. That's a 50. I'm impressed. This is basically a stock car with an intake and a tune.
We'll do a little UE here and do a little launch control.
Are we gonna dig?
Yeah, we'll do it for the dig. That's when it gets real saucy.
I like to dig. That all-wheel drive kicks in. That's nice.
Gotta connect with the draggy here.
Time for dig?
Time for dig.
Now, what's your launch control set at?
Like 3K.
Oh! Shit! Okay. That's 0 to 60 in 4.2 is what it was saying there. 4.2, 8th mile in 8 seconds. Okay. Wow.
12.7.
That's 12.7 quarter?
Yeah.
Damn.
It's a hard pull.
Damn, that's nice. Dude, this thing gets.
It gets.
I'm really
man.
impressed.
It gets. Now we're gonna let you have some fun.
Do I want to buy one? No. No, not at all. GTR. If I want all-wheel drive, I'm going GTR, baby. This was, we're gonna give her an actual little,
clear behind us,
little
too.
dig. All right, so we're in first, paddles.
Mm-hmm.
You said full brake, full gas?
Yep.
Dude, this is impressive. And 100. Wow.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot more than what you would expect from just a stage 1 tune.
It really is. I'm really impressed with this here. All right, we're gonna slow her down some. Reduction. Get down to like second here. Do a 30 roll. Come on. This is really impressive.
Yeah, man, it gets.
Yeah, I'm not gonna buy one, but I'll totally drive this anytime you want me to.
And I mean, think about it. Once I do like an intercooler and a catless downpipe's what I've decided to do now.
There's a lot of restriction in this. You've got cats in your downpipe. You've got probably a rather restrictive exhaust because the Germans are super hard in their EPA. So you've probably got a couple mufflers, resonators, cats. You've got stock intercooler piping. You've got a stock blow off, right? It's an
atmospheric diverter valve.
Oh yeah, diverter valve on these. So you got like half and half kind of deal.
Yeah, and I mean, there's things like the last 3 things I want to do before I can actually do stage 2 comfortably and see a really good power gain is if I do an intercooler as well as a catless downpipe, and then from there I'll probably do a bigger turbo inlet, so that way there's no pressure or anything, and it's just straight air right into the intake, or the turbo. Sorry. There we go.
All right, guys, I got you a little POV. We're gonna launch. Woo! I'd like to say I'm very impressed with the way this thing drives. All right, we're gonna back her down. Do a second gear 30 roll. Do a little brake boosting here. See if we can get a good brake boost in. Feels really good. Second gear 40 roll. Feels so good. Such a great driving car. It really is, man. Like, I want to really take this thing and test it. I want to put it in the twisties and see how well it does around curves and see how well it hugs, because we've driven this on some back roads together and it's been really incredible. She feels so good. The boost is just so responsive. This thing has a little tiny turbo, so I'm just gonna give it like 15, probably 10, 20% throttle, about 30% throttle. Boost comes on, and it doesn't just creep in. It really just comes in and just gives it to you. Like, she ain't got a lot to give, you know. It's a stock car, but the little that she does give, god dang, it feels good. All right, so I've driven this car quite a few times. It is definitely, more responsive. It seems to pull quite a bit harder, which is very nice. I'm really excited to see what happens once he gets an intercooler, maybe catless downpipes, a good like 3-inch exhaust, just to let that turbo breathe. I know the turbo itself creates a lot of back pressure, plus everything in that exhaust has to be a ton more back pressure. And then you said you got a boost gauge coming in, correct?
Yeah, I got it in the back seat right now. I just gotta put it in pretty much.
Cool, cool. So we can find out exactly how much boost this is running. Awesome. I love the car. I really do. I really want to go get into some twisties. I know that we've driven like back roads to Bradenton and stuff like that and played around with the corners, but I really just want to get in it when there's not 200 pounds of like detailing stuff in the back. and go rip through some corners, maybe on a rally or something. So if you guys want to see that, I will come right seat with my boy Caleb, and we will go rip on some like Euro rallies with the other cars we know. I've got friends that have like RS3s and stuff like that, and like fast. What's his name drive?
Oh yeah, he has an RS3.
Daryl's got the RS3, and then
Lewis has a CC that's
CC.
KO4 and everything.
Yeah, so it's a semi-built CC. So I really am interested to see the difference between those cars and this car. I rode in the RS3 last weekend, and it hits and gets, to say the least. We turn left.
Yeah,
correct?
turn left. Yeah.
Very cool. But my overall reaction to this car, I would give it a solid 2 thumbs up and I would say respectable 8 out of 10. Realistically,
sounds
8
good
out
to
of
me.
10. And that's 8 out of 10 from somebody who rides in like 15 to 2,000 horsepower GTRs on the regular basis, for being a stock car with a tune and like minimal work, being literal intake. This thing drives phenomenally. I'm super impressed by it. I don't want one. I'm glad you have one, because now I can rip one whenever I want to.
That's true.
You've
Yeah,
got one.
It's cool, man. I love this car. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's a sick little ripper, bro.
One of the last things I think I need to do before I look any further, like stage 2 and stuff, is definitely like a TCU tune, like tuning my transmission. Once I do that, like, I mean, just the transmission in general, I mean, it'll be responsive. Like, I drive in comfort mode, and so whenever I drive in comfort mode, normally it was fine, like it would just respond whenever I needed to, or if I needed to pull in traffic or something. Now it kind of just bogs down. Like once it hits me, but like,
it's like the timing between the engine and the transmission is slightly off.
Yeah, I don't really know how else to explain it. It just pretty much just like that. So in sport mode too, sometimes you might even notice whenever you're really on it, it'll just, like from 3rd to 4th, let's say, it'll boom, just go real quick. It won't really wait until you reach up to it, like the RPM you want. With the TCU tune, if you're hammering it, man, it will definitely shift around 6,000 RPM.
Yeah, like I noticed on launch that she'll rev out like 3-ish, and then when you release the brake and you're full throttle, it seems to bog down a slight bit,
yeah,
and then you'd roll out. And I feel like that's part of the transmission issue. There is, you just have that little. I mean, it's like half a second, but half a second in quarter-mile distance, 1,600 foot, even that, it causes a lot of time loss on a track. So realistically, your transmission is just as important as upgrading your boost mods, your engine mods and stuff like that, just to be able to move out.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this car would only benefit from a TCU tune. Like, I mean, everything else is pretty much spot on. Like, just for a stage 1, I got to give it to Integrated Engineering. Like, they did their tune's really good. At first, I'm very picky. I'm very OCD. I do a lot of research before I do anything or pull any triggers. And with Integrated Engineering, it was between them and Equilibrium Tuning, if anyone knows who they are. Ed in Texas, shout out to him. The guys helped me out a lot as I've been going through my build with my Golf R. But IE really made it simple. You plug and play. I went with a stage 1 high torque tune, and it's awesome.
That torque, to say the least.
That's right. Yeah, like, and it pretty much is tuned and set up for you to get a downpipe, an intercooler, a turbo inlet pipe, those sort of things for power. And there's not much difference going from stage 1 to stage 2, but you definitely will notice just a little bit. So it's a really good car. I'm in love with it.
All right, guys. Well, I think that's going to conclude our review of Caleb's Mk7 Golf. If you guys want to see me do any more reviews like that, I've got friends with super high horsepower GTRs. We've got friends with Porsches, Lamborghinis, stuff like that. If you guys want to see any kind of review on any kind of car, drop down in the comment section below and let me know. Big shout out to Caleb for letting me rip his certified ripper of a Golf R. And you guys go check out his channel. It'll be linked in the description. He has been absolutely smashing it on YouTube. He's got one of these rabbit hole channels that just gives you complete satisfaction with a like super sick detail on a car. He's done my truck. He's been doing Teslas, GTRs. I've been hooking him up with my friends that got nice cars. And make sure to go show him some love. And as always, guys, I will see y'all on the next one. Peace.